This is big breaking emergency news. We are now seeing a new law go into effect, and police are now issuing a warning. Law enforcement are responding, and this new law is creating chaos already, right? And it's going to create even more chaos, and it's going to spread. It's coming to your neighborhood very soon, and this is the decay and collapsing of America that's being intentionally allowed to happen. All right, so really quick, please hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'm posting multiple videos a day, and it helps to get these warnings out and these new rules that are being announced. All right, so you can see here, this video is showing what's going on, and they are announcing that they are no longer going to be able to help you, right? Police and law enforcement are not going to be able to respond and are not going to be able to help you in emergency situations. And they are warning that you are going to be on your own. And especially during certain hours of the day, they're saying that you're going to be completely on your own. This is why it's critical to be able to protect yourself and defend yourself, and to not be in these shady situations. But this is going to create chaos, these new rules that are being implemented in major cities right now. All right, so let's listen to this. You can see here, this is actually happening in Pittsburgh right now. They have announced that police are no longer responding to any calls made at night. They no longer have a police force at nighttime that are going to be responding to calls, and it's causing chaos. It's causing chaos, and the criminals are taking advantage of it. All right, this is insane. This is like something that would happen in a Batman movie or something, where it's like the police are just not going to respond and criminals are taking over, right, all night. This is insane. Listen to this, what they're saying on the local news here, what they're warning of.
We're watching video of a car and several people captured outside of a home being robbed in Verona Sunday.
They were putting stuff in the back, and they were also putting stuff in the rear passenger area.
No Verona police were working, but cameras were.
The video captured a bunch of individuals running out of the backyard of our neighbor over there and getting into a car, then speeding away down the alleyway.
Edward Strife says he gave this evidence to Verona police, who weren't on duty then but are now investigating. Hours before this, police confirm an assault here near the bathrooms at a ball field. During this crime, like the robbery, no Verona officers were on duty. The state police confirmed troopers from their Coriopolis barracks responded. They won't disclose how long that took, but in January,
DSP is currently covering Verona.
when we told you about this crash where Verona was dispatched but officers weren't on duty,
DSP's ETA is about an hour.
the response time for help frustrated residents and has been a concern now for months.
To call the state police for something happened right over the hill like that, that's crazy.
And Verona officials acknowledge that to me, but say they are working on it.
So you heard that they're saying no police are on duty at nighttime, but they're saying cameras are on duty, right? And this was this guy's camera. This was this guy's private camera that he had set up. It's not like this was a police camera or something like that. This was his private camera, and he had to give this footage to the police, and now they're looking for someone, right? This is turned into a joke. They are allowing this stuff to run rampant, and it is destroying our major cities. All right, this is part of an attack on our cities to collapse our major economic zones. Right? I don't live in the city. I've never lived in a big city or anything like that, but I understand how important they are and critical to our economy. Right? And they're shutting them down. They're destroying them. They're making them impossible to do business in. Businesses are having theft rings hit them constantly and wipe them out, wiping out local businesses left and right. Even big businesses are leaving grocery stores, Walmarts, Targets. They're all checking out of these certain areas because they're allowing things to decay and descend into chaos. And it's about collapsing our major economic zones and centers inside the United States and collapsing our economy and our dollar even more, right? So this is major that they are announcing this. And think about it. Think of the psychology of this. Hey, guys, people are getting robbed and nobody's responding. Think about the message that this is putting out to the criminals. They're saying, hey, no police are on duty all night, and nobody's going to stop you. They'll record you if someone has a camera and you're lucky. This is insane, right? You need to be able to, cameras are critical, right? It's definitely part of security. You need to have fences like this guy had, all this stuff, and be able to protect yourself and your family if you need to, right? And there's also, our country is just wide open right now, and there are these theft rings, these actual international theft rings. There was Sheriff Grady Judd from Polk County, right? Polk County, Florida, he was documenting this a few weeks ago, how there are people flying in from different countries, we're paying for it, and they're doing these theft rings. They're going to these ritzy neighborhoods, wealthier areas, and doing mass burglaries, and then they're flying out the country again. They're leaving right away, and they're using this system. There's an app and everything. There's a DHS app where they can make appointments to fly into the country, even if you're not a citizen or anything like that, right? You can be a, quote, migrant from any country on earth, pretty much, right? Most of them. And you can make these appointments on the app to fly in to certain airports, and then they will give you tickets to go to other parts of the country as well. It's all paid for by us. And he was saying that these international theft rings are being exploited, and they're using this system to do it. This is insane. I'm not saying that's what this is, but that's another thing. And they're just announcing it. Hey guys, there's no police all night. Hopefully you don't want to commit any crimes all night in the middle of the night when everyone's trying to sleep. There's nobody protecting you or anything. That is just, it's not a good sign. And this is a major red flag. And I was talking about these airports. All right, check this out. This is Logan Airport, right, in Boston. You can see here, this is what's happening currently. All right, there are people just sleeping in the airports, I'm telling you. And there's people exploiting this system as well. Not everyone, but some people are. And they're running these theft rings. And they're just announcing, hey, there's no police guarding the houses all night, and we're not going to do anything. These people could be in and out of the country, be gone, be in a different state, have a new identity, anything, before any of this happens. And we're wide open. Everything's wide open. The country's wide open. And even down to your local police, it's just wide open. Everything's wide open. If you guys remember that video I made last month in Canada, the Canadian police, they were telling people to put their key fobs at the front of their door in case someone kicks their door in, so they can just steal their key fob and take their car so they don't hurt them. They're like, just give them the key fob. They're saying don't have your keys. It's crazy. Like, don't have them in your room, right? Because they'll try to hurt you and take your keys because they just want to steal your car. Just let them steal your car. That's what the Canadian police were warning of just last month, right? I made a whole video on it. I showed the video. The police chief was saying it and everything. It's insane. This is clown world. This is a joke. This is what our country is becoming, and it's collapsing. All right, this is a worldwide takeover. They're collapsing all the westernized countries, all the NATO countries, all the American military alliance countries. They're all being collapsed and overwhelmed and destroyed from the inside out. All right, and this is a plan. This is 5th generational warfare. This is a strategy to overwhelm the American system. It's called the Cloward and Piven strategy, where they take over things like the immigration system, the financial system, the economic system, all these things, and then they're completely overwhelmed and brought to a breaking point, and then that brings a collapse of the U.S. from the inside out. All right, without any type of war or anything like that, the U.S. is collapsing internally on its own weight from these policies. All right, all these major cities, they're backing out and saying we can't support these people anymore. All this stuff, it's a national security risk. All these things are happening right now, and it could stop. That's the point here, is that it's being allowed to happen for some reason, and they could stop it in an instant. The police could say, we're going to have police on all night. The mayor could say, we're going to have 10 times more police out there. Not saying that they need to do that either, but they could do that. And they refuse to do it. They refuse to fix these certain problems and issues. So my only explanation is that these things are being allowed to happen and intentional. All right, so let me know what you guys think. This is big. Pittsburgh and these other major cities are having overwhelming crime waves and being stretched to their limit right now. They're having these illegal substance crises, all right? There's places in Pittsburgh and Philly where it's insane. It looks like a zombie movie. It looks like World War Z. Looks like Walking Dead. Right? Some of the people walking around, and it's sad. These are American cities, but Philly, Pittsburgh, these places are collapsing. Right? They're having crisis people walking around on these substances out of their mind all day. Certain areas, not the entire city, but certain areas are insane. You're walking around, you're shuffling through needles and stuff. Okay? It is insane. If you guys haven't seen any videos of that, check that stuff out. All right? There's tons of people on YouTube documenting this stuff where they go to these cities and they're kind of risking it for the biscuit too, all right? It's kind of a risky situation some of these people are in. And they're showing how dilapidated and run down and destroyed these cities have become, all right? So this shouldn't be happening. These are the wealthiest places on earth. These are some of the wealthiest cities, have the biggest budgets, billions and billions of dollars of budgets and tax money and citizens, all the stuff. They have business there, everything. And this should not be happening. They should be the nicest places on earth. They should be pristine. And it's being allowed. The standard has been lowered so much that we're at the point where it's just like, yep, there's no police at night if your house gets robbed. Sorry, it might take an hour or two. We might have to wake someone up and go check on you. Hopefully you're still alive. And sorry, your car might get stolen. Okay, just file insurance. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. I saw this thing, this guy, he owned a lawn business and he had his truck decked out with his lawn company on the side of it. And his truck got stolen and it ended up in one of these terror videos overseas, and one of these militant videos, where they have the faces all wrapped up, all this stuff. They got the 100 trucks in a row with all the weapons, and this guy's truck literally showed up over there with the decal on it still for his business. All right, you cannot make this stuff up. This is insane. And it's all just whatever. Just file insurance, just let it happen. All right, so thank you guys. Please hit it up for me down there. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. It helps to get these warnings out. People need to know. And nobody wants this. Nobody wants this. We know that there's manipulations going on, there's corruption going on, all this stuff. Nobody actually wants this. Maybe there's like a few extreme people that are saying, oh, this is good, but most people, 85% of people, 90% of people do not want this at all. This is just pure corruption being allowed to happen. All right, so thank you guys. I hope you have big blessings in your life, your family, and I hope you have a big old blessed day.